Okay, we are back. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-host, Andrea Kay, and Urban Miaris. And before we get to our next guest, I think Miss Andrea has a couple of announcements to make.
I do. There's actually a couple of fun events because I just love participating in the events that our past guests have. I just recently did the MCRD Boot Camp Challenge, which was quite an experience. I'm still recovering, as well as my knees.
I saw those pictures.
But this one looks like it's going to be actually a little less strenuous on me. It's the Urban Surf for Kids Paddle Fest 2014. It's this Saturday at Bonita Cove in Mission Bay, and paddleboarding is going to be a lot easier for me than that boot camp challenge. And in fact, Urban, this is right up your alley. They actually have the Shaka paddle, which is for disabled people to actually go and paddleboard. So check it out. Go to paddleguru.com/paddlefest2014 if you're interested in that. Great thing for kids. Live music, raffle prizes. And then our gal Pixie Gomez.
Haven't heard from Pixie in a while.
I know. Haven't heard from Pixie. She's got an event coming up tonight at San Diego State University where you can find out about how to get in shape and enhance your energy and your digestion and weight loss and just, get into shape. It's at San Diego State tonight. So if you want to go, contact Pixie at 619-277-9507 and learn all about her great products and as well as income opportunities there. So check it out.
Great. Thanks for all that. Now, not to put in a bad pun, but it's time for us to be moving on.
Oh,
we have a
little radio humor.
They'll get it in just a second. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we have our next guest, Mr. David Price from Bernardo Moving and Storage.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Great. Well, thanks for being here. So tell us about Bernardo Moving and Storage. The name says a lot, but tell us what you do.
Well, we are based in Rancho Bernardo. Many moving companies are named after the people that own them or family-owned businesses. Ours comes from our location, but we service for local moving all around the county, as well as long-distance moving cross-country around the world.
Well, I have to go right to the one that kind of blew me away. Was you moved a family to India?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Wow. How did you go about moving a family from San Diego to India?
Well, most of our business comes from referral, and that in fact was the case in that. But we go out. We believe that in order to really take care of our clients properly, we should go out and personally visit their homes, see what they're moving, see what their needs are. Sometimes they just need a little extra hand-holding.
So did you visit the location you were moving to?
Yeah, did you go take a trip to India? That sounds fun.
Unfortunately, that isn't part of the service.
Okay.
But
great.
Well, then if you are going to move somebody across the world like that, how do you, on the other end, make sure that you're able to provide the quality at that location that you provide to local residents here in San Diego?
Our international carrier has contacts all over the world, and they have agents on the other end that help unpack and deliver and make sure that everything goes well.
That's part of your connection. You
Yes.
connect up with it so you can get any type of job done.
Correct.
Perfect.
We love a strategic partnership.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
So, and you do, we should come back rather than talk about going to India. You do a lot of work right here in town.
We do. We do a lot of local business. People that live in San Diego really aren't that anxious to leave most of the time. And so we do a lot of local business, but we also are an agent for Wheaton World Wide Moving for all of any interstate needs that people have to relocate around the country.
So for local, that's people moving from house to house or from apartment to apartment. Now, I know myself back when I used to move around a lot in apartments, I, even as a young person, stopped renting a truck myself and imposing on family and friends and wearing everybody out on a Saturday and started hiring a company to do it for me, because at the end of the day, it saved me relationships and friends and family, and it also ended up saving me money and protected all my stuff.
Right.
Don't you? That's a better way to go.
If you're a college kid or somebody who has, not a lot of stuff and you want to, get a couple of friends and a couple of pickups, that's okay. But once you accumulate some nicer things, your college kid friends, they're not necessarily careful with how it's handled. And a professional mover knows how to blanket and handle properly and load a truck properly. And
you don't scare the clients like we did one time. It was 1997. I went and I took a rental truck to move into my Escondido house, and the guy says, "Oh, you're going into Park Hill Lane. You're moving into the next door to the guy that has that rhinoceros on his property."
Oh,
you know?
Lord.
Well, as it turned out, it was a pygmy hippopotamus, but
okay.
regardless. So anyway, true story.
Have you ever had a story to where it's like you go in to move somebody and something's like sketchy or scary or like weird going on that you can share?
We will occasionally get called into houses where they're true hoarders.
Oh.
And
like the reality show hoarders?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What's the strangest object you've ever had to move? Most unique. Was it some collectible
now
item?
Remember,
something?
This is a rated G show, by the way.
Yeah.
Keep it G.
Hopefully, it wasn't the hippopotamus too.
No, I think we've had a lot of very large bronze animal statues, I guess. Full size animals.
Well, that's going to be heavy, too.
In San Diego, how often do people move? I remember when I was in the real estate business, it was like every 2 or 3 years people moved here locally.
We have what we like to affectionately call the repeat movers.
Yes.
That call us up every year.
Wow.
And I think the average is probably about 3 to 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Interesting. And you get you don't do a lot of advertising. You get all your business on repeat and referral business.
We have a very good website. People can go to that at bernardomoving.com. And we get some good business from there. But the majority of our business comes from people who trust us, from realtors who know us and refer their clients. Probably about 60 to 70% of our business comes from realtors who know people that are moving.
That's a statement to make right there, because realtors are famous for taking the cheapest or the fastest or the best to help get it done, because they want to keep costs down. No negative on realtors, but the fact that realtors keep coming back to you, that tells me you're doing something right.
When a realtor refers somebody, they're putting their name and their stamp on that referral. And if we don't do a good job, it's a negative reflection on them. So, by the fact that much of our business comes from that kind of a referral, it really is a testament to our quality. And then repeat people that are not only moving with us multiple times, but referring their friends and their friends. So that's where most of our business comes from.
That's great. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on Bloomberg Radio, KFSD AM 1450, and we stream live on the web at financialnewsandtalk.com. Send us a tweet at CloseUpSD or Facebook.com/CloseUpSD. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-host, Andrea Kay and Urban Miaris, and our guest is Mr. David Price from Bernardo Moving and Storage.
Now, Bernardo's been around for a long time in the San Diego community. You haven't been with him since the inception. Tell us about how you got involved with Bernardo and your history here.
Some people call me a serial entrepreneur, but this is my 5th career. I got married 8 years ago to my wife, who had been running the business by herself. Business has been in existence since 1969. But I've enjoyed a new and different challenge other than the ones that I've been in previously. And we've been able to grow even through the downturn in the real estate market, 15 to 20% every year, because of the quality of the service that we provide, and how we take care of people.
How was this industry harder or more challenging, or maybe even easier than some of the ones from your past?
That's a good question. A lot of my previous experience was in healthcare, so I was dealing with literally life and death situations. And people don't like moving. It's an emotional time for them, and sometimes they feel like that's life and death as well, but it's really not. And even if something negative does happen, there are ways to take care of that. But we we work to make sure that each client's experience in moving is as stress-free, as carefree as possible.
Well, I like the fact that you spend a lot of time with attention to detail, because moving companies are not famous for attention to detail,
right?
And that's how things get into trouble. So my hat's off to you for that.
So that's one reason why we feel it's important for us to go and visit as many, if not all, of the homes that we are moving from, to make sure that we come fully prepared, the right number of staff, the right amount of packing, whatever it is, to make sure that we take care of their things.
Okay, and if anybody calls you for that house over in Del Mar that I sold, do not go there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, interesting. Well, we're starting to run a little bit short on time. Tell our listeners how they can get in touch with you, how they can find out more about Bernardo Moving.
The best way is to call our office, 858-487-6683. 6683 spells move, so 487 MOVE.
Great.
Our website, bernardomoving.com. And we'd love to have you let us help you out.
Yeah. And congratulations on your award. You're Wheaton Van Line's Agent of the Month,
yes,
which is awesome, and Wheaton Military Quality Award winner for the Western region.
We
taking care of our military. I love
that. We do a lot of military work, and we have received that for the entire Western region. It's a testament again to the quality that we provide, not just for our paying customers that pay out of their pocket, but for our military members, and we take pride in taking care of the people who take care of us.
Yeah, well, my hat's off to you for, if nothing else, all that goes on with Bernardo Moving and Storage, but just being a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I love that. That's what makes San Diego great.
Yep.
Okay, so thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business, where we get up close and personal with homegrown San Diego business and the people that are working hard to make a difference in our community. We do want your feedback on Twitter @CloseUpSD and Facebook /CloseUpSD. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.